Hello. I am making this video because of the tragedy that happened out in New Mexico today with Alec Baldwin accidentally killing a cinematographer and injuring the director. I'm not doing this for, I'm not claiming any knowledge of the situation, but I want to explain before people get stupid. The total lack of understanding of firearms and ballistics in the general public is incredible to me. So I'm going to give a quick class on the differences in the rounds used in Hollywood and what we use for self-defense or hunting or whatever. So here we're going to turn this down and I'm going to do a little drawing. Okay. Should have probably had my pen ready, but hopefully this is visible. A round consists of, and we're going to use to demonstrate a revolver round like they used. They probably had, as it was Western, they probably had 44 or 45 caliber rounds. You have a cartridge, and I'm exaggerating this for the sake of understanding. You have a primer, and then you have a bullet. All right. The primer ignites powder right in here. That forces the bullet out. Now, in Hollywood and in other environments, you have different types of rounds. If the round has a bullet, a casing, and a dead primer, which means there's no explosive inside of that primer, and there's no powder in here, there's no way that can fire. That is called a dummy round. It has no explosive capacity. Hollywood also uses a low charge blank, which is no bullet, a casing, and a primer with no powder. That gives you a small pop and lets the actor know that they've actually fired something. Now, they also have full charge blanks, which means no bullet, a casing, a primer, powder, and a wax or paper coating right here that allows it to explode but not force anything out the barrel. In the case of Brandon Lee, some idiot, and I say that as nicely as I can, some idiot allowed somebody to take a box of live rounds and rework them into the different types of rounds I just discussed. And in doing so, he accidentally used a live primer on a dummy round so that when it was fired, the bullet came out and got lodged in the barrel of the gun. The next scene, they used a full charge blank, which forced the bullet out of the end of the barrel as if it was a live round. I do not know what happened in New Mexico, as only the police do at this point, even if they know yet. But the fact that they use revolvers for Westerns means that it could have been a live round stuffed in the barrel, because a semi-automatic pistol has to have a plugged barrel in order to fire blanks and cycle the round. but a revolver does not. So they use they use fully functional revolvers in westerns for the most part. Maybe they have to figure out something to do that, but I think their main problem is the idiots in charge of your ammo cannot be idiots. You have to have somebody that goes through every single round and verifies it, because the weight difference between a dummy round and a live round is significant. Anybody who handles weapons on a regular basis would have known that was a live round. Every weapon should be checked every time it's picked up by a pro, not an actor. It's a tragedy. I feel bad for Alec Baldwin. He's taken a life and he didn't intend to. It's terrible enough when you have to, but when you didn't intend to, that's a terrible thing. I feel sorry for the family, but that's your basic lesson on different kinds of rounds from Hollywood. I hope you learned something. Knowledge is a wonderful thing. Talk to you later.